Good morning. I'm Nicholas De Leon, and this is the Tucson Daily Brief for February 24th, 2026. Turning to government and policy, TUSD board votes today on $10 million in cuts, job eliminations amid looming deficit. The Tucson Unified School District Board is set to vote Tuesday on a package of cuts from its non-desegregation maintenance and operations budget totaling $10 million for the upcoming school year. Superintendent Dr. Gabriel Trujillo is recommending 7% budget cuts across every administrative department, including positions within his own office, and the closure of the district's customer service center, eliminating 17 full-time positions. The moves are driven by declining enrollment and a projected $27 million deficit by fiscal year 2030. That's according to KGUN 9. Tucson leaders push back on housing and drug program cuts amid $27 million city deficit. Facing a $27 million shortfall in the current fiscal year, Tucson's mayor and council reaffirmed their commitment to nonprofit housing programs and public drug use prevention initiatives during a February 18th study session. City CFO Anna Rosenberry presented four options totaling $9.1 million in savings, only a fraction of the deficit, with options including foregoing general fund contributions to the city's affordable housing investment plan. Council members pushed back on the deeper cuts. That's according to Arizona Luminaria. RTA next election next month will shape regional roads and transit for years. Voters across the Tucson region will decide in March on the $2.67 billion RTA Next Transportation Plan, which determines which roads get repaired and how public transit is funded in coming years. The measure does not raise taxes but draws on an existing regional sales tax. Major projects for Marana include long-delayed improvements to Silver Bell and Tangerine roads. The vote also carries significant consequences for Sun-Tran bus service. That's according to Tucson Agenda. Pima County passes anti-ICE resolution restricting federal agents on county property. The Pima County Board of Supervisors approved a resolution placing limits on ICE activity on county-owned property, prohibiting unmasked law enforcement during raids, and restricting cooperation with federal immigration detainer requests. Republican Supervisor Christie called it toothless, while supporters framed it as a signal to federal agents operating in southern Arizona. That's according to Tucson Agenda. Arizona Senate sends trans bathroom ban to voters, bypassing governor. The Arizona Senate on Monday approved Senate Concurrent Resolution 1006, which would place a transgender bathroom and pronoun policy ban on the November ballot. The measure would require public schools to police restrooms and locker rooms based on biological sex, prohibit teachers from using students' preferred pronouns, and apply to overnight accommodations on school trips. Republican lawmakers are routing the measure directly to voters after years of vetoes from Governor Katie Hobbs. That's according to Arizona Mirror. UA dismantles cultural housing communities, shifts to interdisciplinary model. A University of Arizona program that grouped students from similar cultural backgrounds together in residence halls will no longer center on cultural identity. The university is rebranding the communities with an interdisciplinary academic focus, ending dedicated housing for groups previously organized around shared heritage or background. That's according to AZPM. Starting with public safety, sheriff calls prior photo claim about Guthrie suspect purely speculative. Pima County Sheriff Chris Nanos pushed back Monday on media reports, citing anonymous sources, that a masked man seen in surveillance footage at Nancy Guthrie's door had previously been photographed at the same address. Nanos urged caution about the unverified claim as investigators continue working the case. Separately, Pima County officials earlier this week converted the residential street near Guthrie's home to one-way traffic to manage 3 weeks of sustained media presence outside the property. That's according to Arizona Daily Star, AZPM. Trial date set for UA area triple hit-and-run suspect. Louis John Artall, the man accused in a deadly hit-and-run crash near the University of Arizona campus that killed one person and injured two others, appeared in court Friday. A trial date has been set following his initial appearance. That's according to AZPM. In business and development news, Tucson opens public comment period on data center regulations. As large-scale data centers increasingly target Arizona for expansion, the city of Tucson launched its first public meetings on proposed rules that would govern where and how such facilities could operate. The regulations would address impacts on power infrastructure, water use, and land use zoning. Residents can submit feedback during the ongoing comment period. That's according to AZPM. Oro Valley stormwater fees rising July 1st in 3-year phased increase. Stormwater utility fees in Oro Valley will begin increasing effective July 1st under a 3-year phased rate hike approved by the town. The increases are intended to fund infrastructure maintenance and flood control improvements. That's according to Inside Tucson Business. In community news, wildflower season arriving early across southern Arizona. A warmer than average winter has triggered early blooms at Picacho Peak and Lost Dutchman State Park, with forecasters saying conditions are favorable for a super bloom this spring. This is Tucson reports the early season offers unusually good viewing opportunities through March for residents willing to make the short drive north. That's according to This is Tucson, Arizona Daily Star. Hot Dogs 501 brings Sonoran-style hot dogs to Main Avenue, a family-owned hot dog restaurant built almost entirely by its owners, including hand-poured concrete, custom-welded tables, and owner-done electrical work, has opened at the corner of Speedway and Main Avenue. Hot Dogs 501 features Sonoran-style dogs and launched by handing out free samples to passing drivers during rush hour. That's according to Tucson Foodie. And now your Tucson weather forecast. No active watches, warnings, or advisories for Pima County. Today sunny with a high near 84 degrees Fahrenheit. South wind 1 to 10 miles per hour. Precipitation chance 1%. Tonight mostly clear with a low around 52 degrees Fahrenheit. Southwest wind 2 to 8 miles per hour. Tomorrow Wednesday sunny with a high near 85 degrees Fahrenheit. West-southwest wind 2 to 12 miles per hour, gusts up to 21 miles per hour. Looking ahead, Tucson is in the middle of a notable late February warm spell, with temperatures climbing through the week. Thursday reaches 88 degrees Fahrenheit and Friday approaches 90 degrees Fahrenheit under sunny skies. No precipitation is expected through at least the weekend, a dry, warm pattern reminiscent of early spring. That's your Tucson Daily Brief for February 24th, 2026. I'm Nicholas De Leon. Have a great day. Rate,